Hey everybody, got something new to show you. Let's see, turn this down just for a second here. Okay, what you're hearing in the background was a little something I was just thrown together to demonstrate some of the products of this guy here at kunst.corrupt.ch, also known as the Togu audio line, TAL. These are all free VST audio unit plugins for both the Mac and Windows. And they're really awesome. He's got a whole set: filters, noise maker, this awesome synthesizer here, dub reverb kind of stuff, LFOs, other kinds of synths, EQ, vocoder, a Roland Juno emulator, all kinds of fantastic stuff. Definitely worth checking it out. It's free. I mean, how awesome is free? kunst.corrupt.ch. Definitely check that out. Okay, so what I'm going to look at specifically in following kind of our dubstep and drum and bass kind of line is the Noisemaker synth here. It's a virtual analog. I'm also adding and looking at their Bitcrusher here, which doesn't have a heck of a lot of controls in it, but it's amazing in what it does and is important for what we're trying to do here. If you guys don't have the whole Ableton suite and you don't have the Redux and some kind of bit crushing kind of stuff, this is also free and it adds a very important thing which I'm going to show you in a second. All right, so I'm going to turn that off and just look at the Noisemaker for starters. Pop that guy up here. It's a 3 oscillator virtual analog synth. You see oscillator 1, oscillator 2, and the sub oscillator over here. So it's not really, you know, you don't have all the controls over at oscillator 3, but it's there, and having a nice sub is awesome. So here's a little sound I have set up. I'm not going to go totally into the depth on this, but nice, simple, really fat analog sounding synth here. I really like the sound you get out of this a lot. It has all the basic stuff that you'd expect to find in any kind of mini Moog or a Roland emulator or any kind of this, you know, kind of vintage stuff, vintage emulators. Really fantastic, and it also has some pretty cool stuff like this envelope editor. It's a super flexible envelope, and you can assign this to anything. So, say we'll assign that to the filter. Pretty great, huh? Speed it up. Pretty cool, huh? Turn that off for now. All right. So I kind of have this really great drum and bass kind of bass sound. Okay. And I also have, it also has 2 LFOs here. It has your regular filter section, your ADSR envelope for your amplitude. It's got a bunch of controls here. You can MIDI map all this stuff. It's got chorus on and off. It really fattens up the sound that much more. You've got some built-in bit crushing, but I like the external bit crusher over here for obvious reasons you'll see in a second. So, okay, I have things set up. I have both oscillators going, pulse width, and that's being modulated. If you've seen my other videos, you know I love modulating the pulse width of a pulse oscillator. It gives that kind of phase-ish sound. Let's see here. And I'll turn that off for a second. Can't hear it too much on this one with the filter turned all the way off, but you'll hear it in a second. So let's set that back. Pulse width. All right. Now the LFOs are turned on right now, but this one is synced. And unlike a lot of other synths, unless your DAW is actually running, the LFO isn't running. So you'll hear in a second. I'm gonna turn off my other tracks so they don't just all kick in. All right. I start it, and my LFO starts going. All nice and synced. It's got this really great display feature down here so you can really see what's going on. So, all this great stuff going on, and I've been holding the best for last, the Bitcrusher. I'm going to just turn that on, and we're going to get, yeah, that kind of great distorted yo-yo kind of.